Hey guys, it's Wingy here and welcome to another episode of Why You Should Watch, the series that is pretty self-explanatory because it's a TV show or movie and why you should watch it. In this case, we are talking about the Amazon Prime exclusive series known as The Boys. Now, a lot of you will probably be aware that The Boys came out last year. However, I've only just seen it. Why? Because I'm slow on the uptake, but I get there eventually. The Boys is also a series that is based off of a comic book series of the exact same name. And the thing is, as much as I am a comic book fan, I am more of a Marvel and DC, so typical Avengers, Justice League type thing. So this was something that I didn't really know too much about, which I kind of liked. I like going into this with an open mind and to experience it without any prior knowledge or attachment to certain characters. So if stuff isn't done exactly right compared to how it was in the comics, I'm not likely to get annoyed. You know, if the show is written well enough and it's acted well enough and directed well enough, etc., then that'll be enough for me. And it turns out it fucking well is. Hence why I'm doing a Why You Should Watch on it. For those of you who don't know, The Boys is about a group of people known as The Boys who are just ordinary people, but their lives have been affected by superheroes in various different ways. I will try and keep it as spoiler free as possible. I understand it's been out for like a year now, so people will know certain stuff that happens in both this and the comic book, but I'll try and keep it to a minimum. So through various events, these people have been affected by superheroes, and in this world we have a group of superheroes that are essentially like a parody of the Justice League. They are led by Homelander, who is essentially the copycat of Superman. You've got Queen Maeve, who is essentially Wonder Woman. You've got the Deep, who is Aquaman. You've got A-Train, who is the Flash, etc, etc. But what I love about The Boys, and this is the reason why you should watch it, or the main reason as to why you should watch it, is plain and simply, it is so different, unique, and arguably realistic. Compared to everything else, I genuinely can't think of another superhero thing that is like this at all, really. I look at a series like this and I just think, yeah, that is quite similar to what would probably happen. We live obviously in a world that is filled with marketing and PR and spin, and that's what this series essentially puts at the forefront. You know, imagine if we did have these super powered beings, these people who have unique skill sets, abilities, powers. Let's market them. You know, if you were living in the real world and something happened, say a terrorist attack, and then some guy with a red cape flew down and saved the day, that'd be all over Twitter, that'd be all over YouTube, it'd be retweeted everywhere, it'd be shared everywhere, there'd be likes, there'd be, you know, just Instagram everywhere, all sorts of stuff. It doesn't treat these people as like these morally great people who also happen to have superpowers. No, they're just people with superpowers that are told, right, well, if you go there, we'll get a number of different likes on this, and you know, if you go there, that's a lot of retweets, and don't bother going to that because that's not going to get the right sort of clicks and attention for the profile that we've built you. And what you also end up with is these people believe their own hype. And because some of them, like Homelander for example, are the most powerful people on the planet and there is literally no stopping them, they can do whatever the fuck they want. And I want to stick with Homelander for a second because he is petrifying, and I mean petrifying. Every single scene with Homelander in, once you start to see what his character actually is, you really think about what it would be like if Superman was real. Because in all reality, as much as we read the comics and see the movies and cartoons and TV shows and whatnot about how awesome Superman is, the reality of it is, it would be the worst fucking thing to ever happen. Superman is an awesome character. He is the original superhero. You know, he is the basis for a large number of characters. Every sort of universe has their own Superman clone. Even Marvel has it. And he is this figure for truth, hope and justice, and he's also got this amazing skill set. You know, he's got super strength, he can fly, he's got laser vision, frost breath, super speed, all this sort of stuff. He's amazing. Imagine if he was an arsehole. The difference is as well with Homelander, he genuinely doesn't have a weakness. He doesn't have a kryptonite. There is literally no weapon on earth that can take him down, and he's a prick. Literally every single scene with this guy, you do not know how it will play out. You do not know whether or not he will just burn through somebody's skull or snap their neck or leave people to die or what. He is so unpredictable and he is so terrifying. He's probably the best character in the show, to be fair. But it shows you the lengths that these people will go to keep up their hype and keep up their PR marketing stuff. So a character like A-Train, for example, who is, I mentioned before, sort of this universe equivalent of the Flash. There's a mini arc with him where, you know, he's meant to be the fastest man alive, and he has a race with another speedster. And in the build-up for that, he is taking something, I won't give it away what or what implication it actually has for the rest of the series, because it is pretty big, but he's doing, you know, stuff that he shouldn't be doing. And he also is behind the scenes just like, you know, if this doesn't go my way and I don't win this race, then I'm out of the 7. So that's how bad it would go. You know, if he's no longer the fastest man alive, it doesn't matter that he's, you know, a good hero or he can do this or he can do that. If he's not as fast as this other guy, he's out. And you get to see that these heroes aren't necessarily the best people. They're not necessarily the worst people, but because no one can really touch them, and a lot of their stuff is fabricated anyway, as long as they keep up appearances, they can just do whatever the fuck that they want, which will obviously have consequences, which is why the boys will step in and are trying to take them down and are trying to expose them for who they really are, why they're really who they are, how they got their powers, all sorts of stuff. And it's a really unique, interesting take on superheroes, because I've never really seen anything like this. Typically we would assume that there is good and evil, but there isn't, is there? It's very grey reality. You know, no one I would say is 100% pure and good. No one I would say is 100% evil and awful. I think everyone is a blend of the two. Everybody has their positives, everybody has their negatives, regardless of who you are. Everybody has flaws and nobody is perfect. But when you are supposed to be and you are portrayed as this, it's trying to take those people down and expose them for who they really are. But with the boys as well, there's points in the series where you're 100% on their side because of what they've been through, but at the same time you kind of question it as well, because it's like, what are the bigger implications? But then again, when you realise how deep some of the stuff goes with the 7 and the heroes, you kind of want them gone. Every character in this series feels relevant. Every character has moments. Every character feels like a real person. You know, I'm pretty sure when people watch this series, irrespective of the ones with powers, they will probably look at the characters and go, I know someone like that. And it's so interesting. You know, this isn't about superheroes. This isn't about, you know, conspiracy theories, the ordinary guy taking on the big guy. It's not about that. It's about character. It's about who these people are. It's about how they got there, how other people's decisions have consequences. That's what's so interesting about it. The superhero aspect is just like the cherry on the top, and I love it because it's interesting to see a take on an evil Superman type thing, as well as morally questionable versions of, say, the Flash and Wonder Woman. But it is so much more than that, and I think if you are a fan of superheroes but you're also a fan of strong writing and character, then this is 100% the thing for you. I know there's superhero fatigue, I know people want it gone, and I understand that, but I think this is so fresh compared to everything else. This isn't like the MCU. There is humour in it, of course. It's so violent as well, and it's so gory, and it does have its moments that are genuinely jaw-dropping, and it also has its moments that, you know, those things in TV shows and movies that you do laugh at them, but you probably shouldn't. There is a fair few. The one thing that I will say in terms of those sort of things usually happens with the deep. So if you've seen the show, all I'm going to say is Lobster and Dolphin. I know I shouldn't have done, but I found it fucking hysterical. I mean, season 2 is coming out in like 5-ish weeks from the time of recording this video on like the 4th of September, so I can't wait. So you guys, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's only 8 episodes and you'll be ready in time for when season 2 drops. This video isn't sponsored. I wish it was. In the comments below, guys, let me know what you think of The Boys. Have you seen it? How does it compare to the graphic novel? If you have read that as well, is it better? Is it worse? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe for more. Social media and Patreon links will be in the description as always. So if you'd follow me on any of those things, I'd absolutely love you forever. But till next time, guys, you take care of yourselves. Goodbye.